everyone. Today's video is going to be actually 3 separate videos just to make all the information more digestible. I'm going to talk about massage. The first video will be introduction, just telling you a little bit about the benefits of the massage and the types of different strokes that you can use, and just a few tips for success. And then the second video will be on the front legs and the trunk. And then the third video will be hind legs and the low back area. So massage has a lot of different benefits. It can help improve circulation. It can help improve nutrition into the muscles. It can help reduce tightness in the muscles and muscle soreness. It can help reduce anxiety and just be a very calming type of thing for your pet. And also you, I find when I'm doing massage that I have to kind of slow my breathing down and just relax myself to kind of tune in to what my hands are feeling. So a few tips for success. Have an area that's pretty quiet out of the main hubbub of your house. Like a bedroom or a den or something. You can have the lighting a little bit on the low side, again just to promote some relaxation. Try to minimize as many distractions as you can, so not having other pets or children or other family members coming in and out during the massage session. And you can have some music playing if you like, or some candles. I mean, it's as much for you as it is for your pet. The other thing too is not all dogs are used to, most dogs are being used to being pet, but the massage pressure and where you're going to be massaging are probably different to them. So starting out very slowly and even just keeping your hands on them, and not really adding a lot of pressure in the beginning, and just getting used to having them be touched in all different areas. So you may not get a full massage in right away. It may be several days or even a couple of weeks until they're really comfortable with that pressure and being touched in different areas of their body. And then the other thing too is to stay away from the painful areas or where you think they may be sore or guarded until last, because if you start on a painful area, then they're going to tense up and then you're just going to be fighting each other a lot. So I always like to start where I don't think that there's going to be any sort of sensitivity, and then eventually work my way back to where I think might be more sensitive to them. And then there's 4 basic types of massage strokes that we will go over in this video. So the first one is effleurage, and that just means a very gentle, light stroking massage pressure. So this is just used to help them relax. You don't need your belly rubbed, buddy. But just going with the hair coat and then just working your way down their body, and then you can also come into their legs, and it's just very gentle, it's very light, and you're using it to help relax them, starting to get them used to the pressure of your hands on their body. And it's also for you to start evaluating the tissues. So do you feel any places that feel hotter than others? That can be a sign of inflammation. Do you feel any areas that feel much more tense to you or knotted up? So it almost feels like a little, if you tie a knot in a rope, or sometimes I tell people it'll feel like a little key under the skin. Those are areas that need to be worked on. Another type of tissue difference that you can sometimes feel is it'll feel ropey, almost like a rope or a string in there. And those are all signs that the tissue is dysfunctional in some way, whether it be tight or sore or knotted up. So those are kind of the things that you're looking for, and those are the areas that you're going to spend a little bit more time on. So after you get them relaxed with the effleurage, then you can go into petrissage, and this is more of a kneading. So if you think about kneading dough into bread, or kind of a rolling type of a motion with your fingers. So you're just going to get in there and always start with very light pressure in an area because you don't know if they're going to be painful or not. And then after a couple of minutes, if you feel like that knot or that tight area is a little bit deeper, then you can slowly add a little bit more pressure in that area. So I'm just going along and I'm just doing a little bit of rolling. So another thing that you can look for as you are working on them is a flinch, or if they tighten up and they guard, that can also be an area where they have some tissue that needs to be worked on, that there's some soreness or inflammation in that area. So you can just go along all these different muscles and just do some petrissage to them. And then the third type is called a friction massage. I don't usually use this in more of a relaxation type of massage, but I will use it sometimes in the clinic if I have a dog that has, say they've been in a cast for a while and they've got, it works very well like on tendons, like back in the Achilles tendon, or up in their biceps where they may have a tendonitis or a tendinopathy. So with the friction massage, it's just a kind of a rapid back and forth motion. You can either go with the grain of the muscle or you can go across it, which is called a cross friction massage. So the idea of this is you're actually just trying to produce heat in the tissue, which can help to increase the circulation and help to kind of soften up that tissue before you do some more work on it. If the dog is actually sore in that area, this can be a little bit of an irritating type of a technique, so just be cautious if you are going to use it, but in small amounts it can be really helpful. And then the last one is called tapotement, and this is more of like a percussion type of massage or a cupping or a tapping type of movement. I tend not to do this a lot with dogs. I find a lot of them don't really like it, and it tends not to be very relaxing to them. Again, I'll use this type of massage for some of my rehabilitation dogs because what it does is it helps to stimulate the nervous system in an area. So if we have a dog that maybe has had a nerve injury and we're actually trying to stimulate that muscle, then you can do this type of massage to increase that stimulation. So it's either using your fingertips to do some quick tapping, and again, that's to kind of stimulate the tissues, or you can actually make your hands into kind of a cupping or a cup shape and actually go along and do some cupping along there. So he doesn't care, he's used to being handled a lot, but some dogs might not like this, but I just wanted to point it out as a different technique. So as I mentioned before, what you're going to be looking for as you are looking for what areas to spend more time in: heat in an area, so just as you gently run your hands over their body, you may feel areas where they're hotter, so that can be a sign of inflammation. The knots, the flinching, sometimes as I run my fingers along his back, he has some sore spots down there, but I'm not really seeing them today. I was hoping to be able to show you, but you'll see that skin kind of ripple, and that can be an area of tightness too, and then the knots and the ropiness. So I hope you found this helpful as an introduction, and then we will move on in the next video to the front legs and the trunk.